Hey, it's Adam, and I'm chilling out here in nature beside my house. It's absolutely amazing forest, and I'm so fortunate to have the opportunity to spend so much time alone by myself in self-isolation so that I can bring to you this amazing video, which honestly I think is going to change your entire life if you actually apply what I'm going to be saying in this video. I'm going to be sharing with you seven habits that have completely changed my entire life and are so stupidly simple and so utterly profound that I can't even communicate to you what is going to be said in this video. It's like I'm pointing you in the direction of a gold mine here. So it is in your best interests to pay attention, because some of the resources I'm going to be sharing in this video are some of the highest quality resources that I think humanity has access to at this present moment in time. And we're so lucky that we have the internet where I can share this with you for free. So listen up. I'm hanging out here in the forest. I've been spending a lot of time alone, and I think that this quarantine, this global pandemic, in one sense is a bad thing because people are getting sick and dying. It's interrupting a lot of people's life. But from another perspective, it's an amazing thing because we are so lucky to experience this really weird chapter in human history. And trust me, it's a chapter. It's going to pass. Everything is going to play itself out. And we are going to learn a lot of lessons about being alone. And this is a perfect time to practice personal development and to really get our shit straight, to get our ducks in a row. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 habits that you can install into your daily life during the quarantine, during self-isolation. Now, I'm not making this video just because it's a popular trend and this video isn't going to be relevant. I think this video will be relevant for 100 years, to be perfectly honest, because the wisdom in this video is timeless. Now let's get into it right now. What are the 7 life-changing habits that are so stupidly simple but will completely blow your mind if you actually do them? Now, the first habit to do during self-isolation is to go for a walk outside with an audiobook. Now, you can't just get any audiobook. In fact, I'm going to recommend one specific audiobook. And this audiobook, I personally believe, is the most profound and most insightful collection of information that has ever been spoken or written down. Now, that's a big claim to make, but just bear with me. Just be a little bit open-minded. The book that you should be listening to every single day when you go for a walk is Conversations with God, the complete collection. So what you can do is you can sign up for an Audible account. I am not affiliated with Audible, and I'm literally not, I'm not making any money from this video at all. But you can sign up for an Audible account, and when you do, you get 1 free credit, okay? Now, when you get this 1 free credit, that means you can get 1 free book. You get Conversations with God, the complete dialogue. It's 25 hours long, okay? You get it. You use your credit, it's free. And then after, you cancel your account because then they'll charge you monthly for the subscription. You don't want that shit. All you want is the book for free. After you cancel your account, you get to keep the book. Now, words cannot even begin to describe the profundity of this book. Now, bear with me and just keep an open mind just for a couple minutes as I explain to you the premise of this book that will completely move you. I cried like 5 or 6 times during the process of listening to this book, and they were just tears of pure and utter joy. Conversations with God is written by a man named Neil Donald Walsh, who was very, very fed up with life. He's just a regular guy. He didn't really practice a lot of meditation. He was interested in spirituality a little bit, but he was just a regular, normal guy. And he was very fed up with life, so he decided to vent all of his frustrations on a piece of paper. So he wrote out all the things that he's fed up with in life. He is sick of his life not going properly. He's sick of having to always chase after money. He's sick of just things not lining up the way that he wants them to. And he's an old man now. He's like 50 years old. And believe it or not, he wrote this letter right to God. And God actually answered him. God, the actual creator of the universe, that is not separate from his creation. Not the religious Christian God, but the actual, a higher power, a divine force. God actually answered him in this book and had an entire dialogue with him throughout this book. Now, this is a channeled work. Now, whether you believe in channeling or not, what that means is that channeling is basically the ability for a human being to tap in to a higher source of wisdom, tap into a higher power so that they can write down divine information or profound insights from a higher source. So for example, the Quran, which is the Muslim text, was a channeled work. The Prophet Muhammad actually tapped into a higher God consciousness and was able to write and channel the work. And that's what Conversations with God is. It's a channeled work. And it's not just any channeled work. This book, it totally answers every single question about life. This book talks about God and religion from a very high level perspective. So if you're not a religious person, or you're very scientifically minded like I am, and you're very logical and you like things to make rational sense, then you're actually going to love this book. Because as long as you're a little bit open-minded, what God says in this book is totally, completely, totally profound. And whether or not you believe in the premise of the book or not, that doesn't change the fact that the quality of the information is way thousands of years ahead of its time, and it's so simple to understand. I'm super excited about the potential for this book to completely, radically transform human consciousness. When this book came out in the 90s, it was a complete phenomenon, and it really took the world by storm. And there is no better time to have a conversation with God for yourself than self-isolation, because what you can do is you can grab some headphones, put them in your ears, press play on the audiobook, and go for a walk outside by yourself. You don't have to get close to any other people. You don't have to go up to strangers and let them sneeze in your face, right? You can just chill out and listen to God preach a very, very, very profound and life-changing message. They talk about personal happiness. They talk about finances. They talk about how to create the life that you want. They talk about sexuality and relationships and marriage. They talk about creativity. They talk about basically everything under the sun. What is metaphysics? What is a human being? What's the purpose of your life? What's the grand purpose of the entire universe? So useful for you to know. And I think if every single person on earth read this book, probably about 80% of them wouldn't even understand. It would go straight over their head because they're not open-minded enough. They're not ready to receive the information. Even the first page of the book says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're ready to have a conversation with God, if you want that, I don't know why you wouldn't want that, because it's pretty freaking awesome. God is very loving, very understanding, and really says a lot of beautiful stuff. I recommended this book to a couple of my friends. And in fact, all of these habits in this video I recommended to a couple of my friends, and they've been doing them for over a year now, and they are completely different people from when I originally met them. My friends have made a radical metamorphosis from caterpillars into butterflies. And that's what I think this self-isolation is. Everyone's a caterpillar. Now, everyone's being forced to stay home. That's your cocoon. And then if you put these habits into place, you're going to become a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. But you have to have the wisdom, the intuition to actually understand what I'm saying here and how important it is. Now, the next habit that you can do is to check out the website actualized.org. Now, this website, all it is, it's just a collection of some of the highest quality personal development material that has been compiled by the teacher Leo Gura. So Leo Gura, if you're not familiar with his work or you don't know him, again, he's just a regular guy who's very, very interested in personal development and who has a great knack for seeing the big picture of life and compiling a lot of different perspectives into one overarching integral perspective. And that is the perspective of self-actualization. And his videos have totally, completely transformed my understanding of life and have also inspired me to become the person who I am today. So actualize.org, the most recent videos are way too advanced for the average person. I would not waste your time watching the most recent videos, because what you're going to be seeing is an example of a human being who has taken their personal development to the end, to the extreme, all the way through to spiritual enlightenment. And a lot of the stuff he says, you actually won't be able to grasp yet, which is okay, because what's so amazing is that if you check out his videos that are a couple years old, you can actually follow his personal transformation, and his videos are so easy to understand, and he talks about some amazing, amazing personal development topics that you didn't even know exist, but will change your entire view of life. You can go on his website, click on the Start Here tab. There's a tab on his website called Start Here. He's got over 100 videos. All of them are like over an hour long, so you got a lot of work to go through. This will take a couple years. This isn't something like, you check out the website for 5 minutes and then all of a sudden everything in your life is good. This is a habit. This is a resource. This is like a library. You can't read every single book in the library in one day. It's going to take a couple years. But this resource is so powerful because it's free. And it's dense. And it's a serious gold mine of wisdom, a gold mine. Now, if you were intelligent, what you would do is you'd devote a lot of your time into mining these gold mines of wisdom, because this guy, he has compiled all of the best personal development material that he has found, and he's made that available in a very, very accessible way for free. And the insights in his videos will completely transform your life for the better. It'll transform how you think about your career. It'll transform how you think about relationships. It'll transform how you think about personal happiness. It'll transform what you think reality is. It'll transform everything. It'll change your entire life. I can't stress it anymore. If I give it 10 out of 10, that's my highest rating system. And I don't give everything 10 out of 10. I'm recommending you only the best stuff here in this video. Now, the next habit that you can do is practice daily meditation. Now, my last video, you can check it out. I'm not going to go into that too much here. Practice daily meditation just means chill out, relax. 20 minutes every single day. You practice your daily meditation. I have tons of videos about this. It'll completely transform your mind because it'll give you detachment. It'll allow you to observe your thoughts. And that's what my last video was about. So you can check that out if you're interested in more detail about practicing daily meditation. Next tip for the quarantine, next habit is get your health in order, meaning specifically your diet. Eat fruits and vegetables, lots of them. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables because that is what your body wants. You can eat some meat, you can eat some nuts, but eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that, oh fuck, okay, so fruits are freaking healthy as fuck. They're so good for me. Yes, there's sugar in them. Yes, there's sugar in the fruit, but it's a certain type of sugar. The sugar is mixed in with the water content of the fruit, and that's mixed in with a bunch of different vitamins and minerals and enzymes, and that is the perfect food for your body. Your body needs fruit, a lot of it, and your body also needs vegetables, a lot of them. Now, if you eat tons of fruits and vegetables, your body will start to feel a lot lighter. So if you're someone who eats a lot of bread, if you eat a lot of processed sugar, if you eat a lot of soft drinks, there's a lot of bullshit out there, stuff that's in boxes, wheat, all of that, stop it, basically, stop it. What you need is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables have protein in them. So people are like, oh, but where do I get my protein? Eat a little bit of meat if you want. You don't have to. You can eat some eggs. Those are good for you too. But eat lots and lots and lots of fruits and vegetables and less of everything else. Now, again, I'm not a dietitian, but it does not take a rocket scientist to realize that, holy shit, if I spend a week eating mostly fruits and vegetables, I feel freaking amazing in my body. Freaking amazing. I've been eating very clean, very, very clean for over 4 years now because it just doesn't make any logical sense in my mind that if I have a Ferrari right here, which is my body, I have a Ferrari, I'm not going to put in the shit gas. I'm not going to put in the cheapest garbage gas that's going to wreck my Ferrari. It's going to clog up the engine. It's going to make a lot of gunk build up on the inside. I'm going to use the highest quality, the most pristine gas in my Ferrari. And the best part is fruits and vegetables are relatively affordable. You can get some apples, get some bananas. They're not that expensive. Some frozen fruit, it lasts a long time. It's not that expensive. Make a smoothie, you're good. And you're gonna feel frickin' phenomenal. You're gonna feel great. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Now, this is another great habit, amazing, something to do during this self-isolation period. Notice how everything I'm saying in this video is a life skill, and this is relevant always. You know, you always have to eat healthy. But this quarantine is making us realize all of the dysfunctional aspects of our life, and this is a perfect time to change our habits and to change our life and to become a better person, to become a better human being. That's the point of life. That's why you're alive, to become better. So now, the next habit is to create something meaningful. Create something valuable. Create something that is meaningful to you. It could be anything. For me, it's this video that you're watching right now. If you're watching up to this point of the video, congratulations, you're a champion. Thank you so much for taking your own personal development seriously. If you apply any of the habits in this video that I told you, especially the first two, oh my God, your whole life completely transformed in a year, instantly, like a snap. Your family won't even be able to recognize you because you'll be a completely different person. The quality of relationships that you'll be able to get. Your girls, if you're a guy, girls, no problem with girls. It's not even an issue. You're good. If you're a girl, guys, the highest quality guys will be seeking you out because you actually give a shit about your mind and your body. Next, create something meaningful. Be creative. Get your inner genius and bring it out. Every single person, you specifically, if you're watching this video, have a talent. You have a passion, something that you can make that is meaningful. Now, maybe your skills are not so good yet. Maybe you need some work on your skills. Like me, for example, I have to practice my speaking skills. I have to practice my video editing skills. I have to practice my recording skills. But I'm training my skills so that I can communicate the inner genius that is within me. And I'm just putting that out there to the world. I'm spreading something meaningful. I'm creating something of value. And you should do the same in your own way. Not everyone's a speaker. Some people just don't have the words. Some people don't like hearing themselves talk as much as I do. I frickin' can talk for a millennia. You know, the Bible says in the beginning, there was nothing. And then Adam started talking. I'm actually the first man because I just never shut the fuck up, ever. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was Adam because he just wouldn't ever stop talking. I'm doing it right now. But I love hearing myself talk. But you specifically, you might be a musician. I like playing a little bit of guitar. It feels so good when you practice and practice and practice, and then you share something meaningful, something that is important to you. Everyone is an artist in their own way. And luckily, we have the internet. So practice creating something meaningful and then share it on the internet. Share it with your family. Share it with the internet. Share it out there into the world. Put it on social media, whatever. And that's really the meaning of life, is you are a creator. If you hone your creative skills, your creative capacities, you will eventually become good enough. You will be so good at your art, so good at your craft, that you'll be able to provide value for people in their life. You'll actually give them something that benefits their life. And then people will be willing to pay you for that thing. They'll be willing to pay you with their time, with their attention, and also with their money, because money is just a form of energy, a form of transaction, right? So hone your creative skill. My sister has been painting a lot. She's an amazing painter. She's a great artist. So since in this quarantine time, she hasn't had a lot of stuff to do. So she's been practicing her painting. Oh my God, she's 15 years old. Her painting is phenomenal. And it really, honestly, inspires me to be more creative. So when you be creative, you inspire other people to be creative. Now, we're getting to the end of the list. The next habit is to read an actual book. Now, what I mean an actual book is there are millions of books that have been written, okay? And it's very easy to waste your time reading the wrong books. You don't want to read the wrong books. That's a waste of time. What you want to be doing is you actually want to be reading the right books. And that's why I actually made a video in the past. It's 7 life-changing books. I'm going to link it. These books in this video, Conversations with God is the last one, wink, wink. These books in this video, there's 7 of them. If you can, I don't know, purchase them on Amazon, maybe you can get an ebook, maybe you can, I know the stores are closed and stuff, so maybe you can get an audiobook. If you listen to these books or if you read these books, your entire life will change. And the video that I made, 7 life-changing books, goes into a lot more depth why these books are absolutely so amazing. And lastly, what was the last point? The last point was to journal. That's a great habit that you can implement during your quarantine, is to journal about your life. Ask yourself a question. So when you're journaling, right at the top of the page, you ask yourself a question such as, what is most meaningful to me in life? And then you spend some time thinking about it, and then you write it down. I've actually done this, and you get a lot of insight from it. You'd be surprised. If you're listening to me say, well, Adam, I don't know what's most meaningful to life. Yes, because you haven't journaled about it. I got some boogers in my nose. Oh my God. Woo. If you think that you don't know what is meaningful to you in life, that's because you haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it. You haven't spent a lot of time journaling about it. So by getting a journal and writing for 30 minutes, set a 30-minute timer, what is most meaningful to me in life? And then you just write whatever comes to your mind. You'll get a lot of insight. Other things you can journal about is, what is my life going to be about? What is the purpose of my life? What do I want out of life? And don't be scared. Aim high. What do you actually want out of life? Because right now, you may not be in the position to get what you want. Maybe you're not, let's say you want to be a musician, right? Maybe you're not very good at the guitar, or maybe you're not very good at your instrument. And maybe you have a lot of bad habits. You play too many video games, and you watch too much porn, and all you do is sit inside and watch Netflix. So when you're journaling, what you're going to do is you're going to aim low. But consider the possibility that you can transform yourself into someone who is successful, into someone who achieves great things, into a leader. You can transform yourself into someone who does their passion for a living. That, to me, is one of the highest aims that you can shoot for as a human, besides spiritual enlightenment. But that's a different matter, right? So, the 7 habits are: purchase the audiobook Conversations with God and go for a walk with it in your ears. The second habit is watch every single video on actualize.org. It'll take you about 5 years to get through them. 5 years to get through them. You have all the time in the world. There's nothing else to be doing in life. You're not wasting your time. This is the only thing to be doing with your time. Anything that is not doing these habits, in my opinion, is actually a waste of time. Especially the first two. Practice daily meditation. Eat healthy. Eat fruits and vegetables. Create something meaningful. Journal. And there was another one. I forgot what it was. Journal and read an actual book. So that's it for this video. I've been rambling for a very long time. I hope you enjoyed. If you like these videos, subscribe. It's 100% free. You can leave a like, comment, because that helps me with the algorithm. Comment what you liked, what you didn't like. Ask me questions if you have objections, if you're confused about something. I love answering questions in the comments. So ask, and I'll see you in the next video.